Benares by Aldous Huxley. So what is that about? That is Kasi, Benares. Before going into the lesson, let me go through the author. Aldous Huxley was an English writer, novelist and philosopher. He was best known for novels such as Brave New World, Point Counterpoint, Eyeless in Gaza, and Ape and Essence. For non-fiction books such as The Doors of Perception and for his essays on diverse subjects. He also produced poetry, drama, film, screenplays, and works of criticism. Huxley was considered one of the great minds of his time and was nominated for the Nobel Prize in Literature 7 times. See, 7 times he was nominated for the Nobel Prize. So who is he? He was an English writer, novelist, and philosopher. So he is best known for novels such as Brave New World, Point Counterpoint, Eyeless in Gaza, and Ape and Essence. And about his non-fictions, what are the books? The Doors of Perception. Yes. Now coming to the story essay, Benares. Huxley describes what he observed at the Ghats on the day of the solar eclipse. He uses this as a launch pad for his reflections on mankind's irrationality. His conclusion is that animals, though lacking intelligence, often behave in more sensible ways than man, who has been endowed with reason. Huxley remarks on the irony that it is humankind's capacity for thought and imagination that has led to believe in superstitions. He concludes the essay by advising Indians of all religions persuasions to assemble to save India rather than assembling and wasting their energies over superstitions. So what he was saying that about Indian superstitious behavior. So they have faith in superstitions. Yes. So he is saying that Indians of all religions persuasion to assemble to save India rather than assembling and wasting their energies over superstitious beliefs. Despite his derisive tone, Huxley's fascination for the place and the rituals is very apparent. So look at here, actually he observes at the Ghats on the solar day eclipse. Yes, on the day of solar eclipse, he observes at the Ghats. So actually he says that he concludes that animals, though lacking intelligence, often behave in more sensible than humans. So by seeing the Indians way of belief, superstitious belief, so just he concluded that animals, though they lack intelligence, they are very far better sensible than Indian men. It's clear? Now look at here. Pre-reading questions. What is an eclipse? How does a solar eclipse occur? Yes. What is a solar eclipse? So, eclipse to our earth. Yes. This is called a solar eclipse. So, whatever the sun rays, they are just because of moon, whatever the rays. So, just sun rays, they are not going to reach our earth because of the moon. Moon is going to obstruct the sun rays to the earth. So that is called a solar eclipse. What are the superstitions prevalent in India regarding a solar eclipse? Can people watch a solar eclipse with a naked eye? No, just they should wear some glasses. What precautions does one need to take while watching an eclipse? Look at here. It was said that the eclipse of sun would be visible from Benares, but it needed more than smoked glass to see it. The eye of faith was also indispensable, that, alas, we did not possess. Partial to the point of being non existent, the eclipse renamed, for us at least unseen. Not that we minded, for it was not to look at the moon's silhouette that we had rode out the morning on the Gangas. It was to look at the Hindus looking at it. The spectacle was vastly more extraordinary. So, with some specs, yes, very, just what he was saying. So, the sun would be visible from Benares, eclipse of the sun. Yes. So, now, yes, everybody they started rode out that morning on the Gangas. Yes. Right now, the author Huxley, right now he is at the Ghats of the Kasi. There were, at the lowest estimate, 1 million of them on the bathing ghats that morning. Yes, after solar eclipse. So that morning, yes, everybody, public, they are on the bathing ghats that morning. 1 million. Yes, all the previous night and day they had been streaming into the town. Yes, this last night, just the previous night, they roam like anything in the streets. Right now, everybody, right now, on the bathing ghats. We had met them on every road, trudging with bare feet through the dust, an endless and silent procession, in bundles, balanced on their heads. Yes, they carried provisions and cooking utensils and dry dung for fuel, with the new clothes which it is incumbent on pious Hindus to put on after their bath in honor of the eclipsed sun. So after bathing, yes, they have to cook the whatever the food. Many had come far. The old men leaned wearily on their bamboo staves, their children astride of their hips, the burdens on their heads automatically balanced. The women walked in the trance of fatigue. Here and there we would see a little troop that had sat down to rest, casually, as if the ways of Indians, in the dust of the road and almost under the wheels of the passing vehicles. It's clear. So here expressing Huxley is expressing about the public. Yes, just they are the guards right now, and after having the bath, they have to cook their own foods. And just here, he's explaining about the way of the children and the women, how they are standing over there and with their whatever the with their stuff on their heads. And now the day and the hour had come. The serpent was about to swallow the sun. Yes, it's a belief as if during the solar eclipse the serpent was about to swallow the sun. Actually, it's their belief. It was about to swallow him in Sumatra at any rate. At Benares, it would do no more than nibble imperceptibly at the edge of his disc. The serpent, should one say, was going to try to swallow the sun. 1 million men and women had come together at Benares to assist the light of heaven against his enemies. The guards go down in 4 long, white flights of steps to the river, which lies like a long arena at the foot of enormous tides of seas. The tides were thronged today, floating on the Gangas. We looked up at acres upon sloping acres of humanity. On the smaller and comparative and sacred cards, the crowd was little less densely packed than on the holiest steps. It was at one of these less crowded cards that we witnessed the embarkation on the sacred river of a princess. Next, a great barge, like a Noah's Ark, its windows hung with scarlet curtains, floated at the water's edge. Yes, even that. Who is that? Queen in palanquin. Just she had approached there. The major domo shouted and showed and hit out with his rod of office. A way was so somehow cleared, slowly and with frightful lurches. The palanquin descended. It was set down, and in the twinkling of an eye a little passage-way of canvas had been erected between the litter and the door of the ladies, for there were several of them in the litter, had entered the barge unobserved of any vulgar eye, which did not prevent them, a few minutes later, when the barge had been pushed out into the midstream, from lifting the scarlet curtains and peering out with the naked faces and unabashed curiosity the passing boats and our inquisitive camera. Poor princes, they could not bathe with their plebeian and unimpressed sisters in the open Gangas. Their deep was to be in the bilge water. The sacred stream is filthy enough under the sky. What must it be like after stagnating in darkness at the bottom of the ancient bargage?